I'm having Dr. Angela Tabiri. Dr. Angela Tabiri is currently working at AIMS Ghana as a Google AI postdoctoral fellow. And before that, she was at University of Glasgow, where she completed her PhD. She was working on off algebras. I don't know the specific topic she was working on. She will tell you that. And before Glasgow, she was at International Center for Theoretical Physics, ICTP, in Trieste, Italy, where she was in a pre-PhD program, and before she went to Glasgow. And I don't know about before. I don't want to get it wrong, but what I know is that she did a course in business and mathematics at University of Ghana, and then she went into one of the AIM centers. I don't know whether it was Ghana or Cameroon, but before she went to ICTP. So other than that, I also met Angela in the year 2018 when she came to Tanzania to give a course on introduction course to off algebras. And I must say it was a very nice talk, and she was one of the best speakers that I have ever listened to. So thinking about this program, the first person I thought about was Angela amongst the other panelists that I have right now. Yes, great. Sure. So I would like to hear from Angela. So could you tell us maybe what has your journey been, your academic biography?
For the invitation to join this meeting. So I was not from secondary school. So I went to Accra Girls Secondary School. I was born in Accra, the capital of Ghana. I've lived my life, most of my life here. So I went to secondary school, and my electives were in business. So business management, accounting, costing, and elective mathematics, because I wanted to be a chartered accountant. So that was me in secondary school. But when I went to the university, unfortunately, I didn't get my first choice, which was to go to the business school. But I think it was for a purpose, now I believe. So I went into mathematics, economics, theater arts, and sociology. Okay. So I started, and I realized, okay, I was really enjoying the maths, even though it was challenging. So I ended up dropping sociology and theater arts, and I graduated with combined major in mathematics and economics. So from there, that was at University of Ghana. Then from there, I worked for 2 years at the Department of Mathematics as a teaching assistant. Then afterwards, I went to AIMS Ghana for my master's. Then to ICTP, as you rightly said, from ICTP, went to Glasgow for my PhD. Then from Glasgow, I came back to AIMS Ghana. So roughly, that's my academic journey. Yeah.
Great. Dr. Angela?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks for the opportunity. So I think I'll go through the questions you sent initially. Yeah. Okay, so you asked about what I would attribute my success to. So I usually say these 3 things. To dream, because growing up, of course, I didn't know I wanted to become a mathematician, right? But I knew I wanted to do something unique, right? I wanted to do something different. So if everyone didn't like maths, I wanted to like maths because I wanted to be different, right? I'll say you should dream. The fact that you don't see a mathematician or someone else around you you want to aspire to shouldn't prevent you from dreaming. So dream beyond your surroundings and believe in that dream, okay? Believe in it that, yes, even if your finances cannot take you there, there are other means of getting there, right? We believe in God, of course, so God grants us opportunities to achieve these successes. So believe in that dream, but also get people who believe in this dream. Because one thing I've learned throughout this journey is that you can have a dream, you can believe in it, but if you don't have people who believe in that dream, then it might be challenging to achieve it. So those who believe in your dream, I will call my mentors, because these are people who probably taught me at the university during my undergrad, those who taught me during my master's, those who were my PhD supervisors. These were people who saw my maths abilities, but even though, yeah, maybe I wasn't too sure how to get there, they believed in me and they granted me opportunities. So find people who believe dream, and also take action. So one thing that ran through most of the speakers was the fact that they worked towards their dreams, right? They didn't just work alone, they worked with groups, which was also evident for me in my undergrad too. I used to have a study group where we worked together to solve questions. So my success I can attribute to dreaming, believing, and taking action. Great. Then the next will be scholarships. So this is a great time to talk about scholarships because the scholarship I got for my PhD is open now. Okay, so it's called the Schlumberger J Foundation Faculty for the Future. I'll look for the link and share it in the chat. So Schlumberger is an oil company, but they realized that they didn't have a lot of female engineers. So they decided that, okay, over the next few years, we are going to intentionally fund females from developing countries to study at top universities worldwide so they can return to their home countries as faculty members. So when I was at ICTP, that was when I realized, okay, I wanted to do a PhD in mathematics. But as most of us will agree, it's very challenging for us from Africa to get funding for PhDs. When you go to the UK, Europe, usually from UK or EU, it's easy for you, but for us, it's very challenging. So Schlumberger supports women, and you should be committed to returning to your home country, and you should also be committed to supporting other women in STEM. So I used to volunteer in my local community teaching, but through this scholarship, I realized, okay, I could do more, which led me to found an NGO called Femme Afrique Mas. Okay, so Femme stands for female, Afrique stands for African, and Mas stands for mathematicians. When I started my PhD, I was looking out for female mentors who had done similar things online, but I couldn't find many, right? Especially those who were in Africa. So I decided, okay, how can I change this? I said, okay, I have access to female mathematicians when I meet them at conferences, when they visit my university, and at other places. So I will use social media to share the stories of these female African mathematicians, so that you don't need to be in the UK at a conference to meet someone of the same, an African doing mathematics, but through Facebook. So in our audience, sometimes I remember I interview people, and one of our maths queens was from Kenya. She's now at Maseno University, and in that interview, our top viewers were from Nairobi, which was great. I'm in Ghana doing something, but I have a reach all across. People watch from all across the world. So that was for that. So if you're a female on this call and you'd like to apply for a PhD and you are thinking of funding, this is a brilliant funded. It supports you throughout your whole PhD, and I'm happy to guide you in your application. And mentors, yes, mentors. Find. One thing I've learned is that when you meet people who are passionate about mathematics and who also believe in your dream, don't hesitate to ask them to be your mentors, okay? That's one thing which has helped me, because these opportunities that come for this scholarship, you need someone to write a very strong reference for you. And if you have a mentor who believes in your dream, then they can write these references for you. So that's those questions briefly answered. What do I do? What kind of mathematics do I do? So, okay, I'll briefly explain it in a few seconds. So if you take an apple, okay, or a football, right? It's spherical, right? So every point on it looks the same, okay, because it's curved the same. So in mathematics, we call this homogeneous, okay? But if you take the alpha symbol, then you realize that at the points where the two lines meet, it looks different. Because if you take that point out, then there are different directions that you could go. So I do non-commutative algebra. So non-commutative means that the order in which you do things matter. So it's like subtraction. A minus B is not the same as B minus A. So in non-commutative algebra, we try to make this homogeneous, so we call this a quantum homogeneous space. So my research was to classify all plane curves. So plane curves means curves which can be written as one variable in terms of x and y, which can be drawn in the xy plane. So it was to classify plane curves. And yeah, for my PhD, we had some good results, which some are published, some are also in line to be published. And that was probably my PhD my research and my career plans. So currently I'm a postdoc. Initially, I didn't really plan to be a postdoc, right? I wanted to finish. I was just tired. I wanted to come to Ghana and see what happens. But yeah, by God's grace, I got this postdoc. So I'm not a postdoc, and I think it's a very important thing to do if you want to stay in research. Because your PhD is mainly supervised, but in a postdoc, you do independent research. So you have to think about problems, find ways of solving it. Of course, looking at taking advice from mentors. So I'm doing a postdoc now. I'm not sure what I'll do next, but maybe another postdoc, or if I get a permanent position to apply for it. And plans for the future, yeah. For now, I enjoy doing research, but I might do something different depending on how things go. Maybe I will do some science communication, something different. And my last words, yeah, it will be those three words I said. So dream, believe in your dream, and you take action. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'll share my contacts in the chat if anyone wants to link.
Great. It was very nice. It was very nice to have you in the call, Angela. And it is great that you've told us about the scholarship open for female students, and this would be a nice opportunity for female students who have joined the call. It's